did Rums come to be? About 2 years ago, it occurred to me that JJ needed a book. And this was something that we had spoken about 20 years ago when I first saw him scribbling doodles on the wall of Risley and saw how talented he was. And I said to him, someday I'm going to write your book. Well, that someday arrived 2 years ago when I realized that his work had reached a level, and he had reached a level of professional success, and he had enough collectors, and there were enough people interested in his work to make a book. It's not like he came to me to do this book. It happened naturally, basically. It's sort of like there was this idea for the book from 20 years ago. You know, if you ever have a bottle of soda and there's a bubble of carbonation at the bottom of the soda, and it just took 20 years to float to the surface. And 2 years ago, it just occurred to me, this is the time. JJ Manford is a successful artist based in Brooklyn. He's been a full-time artist since he left college 20 years ago. First, he had a fair amount of schooling. After he graduated from Cornell, he studied in Chicago, and then he got his master's at Hunter, and he finally got his last degree about 10 years ago, and then he set out to become a self-supporting artist, which is very difficult to do. And he went through several styles of painting, and now he's in his current room, as we call it, which has been described as psychedelic realism. It's somehow JJ found his own niche as a painter. One of the great things about his work is that it's not easily to classify it. It's some painters come to mind, Vuillard, Bernard, but he basically has found his own zone, as we call it, as a painter. And that basically just happened over the last few years, where he felt totally comfortable with his style. And that's also why I felt it was time to do a book for him.